You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Minor Family Dentistry and by the Sternberg Museum of Natural History. Minor Family Dentistry would like to bring you the following dental health tip. It's recommended to have a dental checkup no later than your child's first birthday. An adult should brush for a young child and monitor older children's brushing to ensure a good job is done. Flossing should start when teeth are touching. Minor Family Dentistry wishes you good dental health. Families, including children of all ages, are welcome. Minor Family Dentistry, 1010 Downing and Hayes. Find them in the Next Tech directory.
A new educational experience is being offered by the Sternberg Museum, and they need your help to get it started. This summer, Sternberg will launch new summer camps for students. They're running a fundraiser on rockethub.com to raise funds for supplies and tools. To donate to this cause, go to rockethub.com and search Sternberg Museum. Help them provide experiences for more discovery under the dome.
Discovery under the dome.
Hello, and welcome to You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. My name is Dana Stanton, and I'm the coordinator of early childhood grants for USD 489 here in Hayes. And with me today is Linda Beach. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning.
Now, Linda, tell us what organization you work for and what do you do there?
I work for K-State Research and Extension in Ellis County. The Ellis County Extension Office is located in downtown Hayes, and our job is to extend, that's where we get the name, extend information from the experts at K-State and our state and national partners to the people in Ellis County in whatever ways we can find to do that. Today is one of those ways.
It's a wonderful way. Now, it's beautiful out. We've got the spring weather, but in our part of the world, that means that there could be some storms or tornadoes. I guess it could also be in the winter, too, with winter storms. But right now, we're thinking about thunderstorms and tornadoes.
Exactly.
So we're talking a little bit about being prepared for disasters. What can we do as a family, especially those of us with young children? What can we do?
Well, it's really a great time to think about being prepared, and now is a time when you probably need to hurry. This is the beginning of storm season. It's also something that's great to put together as you have more leisure time in the fall and winter as well. But I brought a couple of things I want to talk about today to be able to illustrate what we mean when we talk about being prepared for disaster. The first thing I brought is my disaster supply kit. Okay. And you can see this is a big rubber plastic tote tub, and it is full of all sorts of the kinds of things that a family may need. This stays in your safe area if it's a basement or an interior room. And I thought I'd just talk about a couple of the things that I've got in this disaster supply kit. The first thing that's on top is a pair of shoes. And these are my old ratty shoes. When I get done wearing them, they go to be mowing shoes, and when I'm done mowing, they go to the basement. However, it's important to have a pair of shoes for every member of the family in your disaster supply kit or in your safe area. My extension colleague in Kiowa County lives in Greensburg, and she lost her home in the Greensburg tornado. She made a run to the basement, so she was safe, but she was down there barefooted and had to crawl through her demolished home and all of that wreckage to get out. Having a pair of shoes on hand for every member of the family will protect you if you need to crawl through some rubble to get out of your disaster area. The other thing that I've got in my disaster supply kit is some water. And I've only brought 1 gallon with me today, but the recommendation is a gallon per person for 3 days. So you'll need to have some supplies of water on hand in your safe area as well. These kinds of containers are very handy, but they don't last forever. The water gets stale, and eventually, I've even had the plastic degrade and spring a leak and have water everywhere. So it's important to revisit your disaster supply kit every year or 6 months or so, just to make sure your supplies are fresh and everything's on hand that you need. You may even want to have drinking water as well, particularly if you've got, put that right there, if you've got infants in the family. You need to make sure that you would have what's the equivalent of your well-stocked diaper bag in your disaster area as well. You'll need, if you use formula, you'll need to have that. Let me reach for extra bottles. You need diapers. Certainly those are the very obvious ones that are easy to think about. However, if your baby needs vitamin drops or medication, if you've got an ear infection going on, you need to be sure and think that if something happens, you need to have that sort of information as well. Maybe worth having a prescription for whatever regular supplies you or your family needs, so that if your home is destroyed, you can at least replace those important medications. In my disaster supply kit, I've got battery-operated lights. Even these nifty little touch lights, which can be in several places, battery operated. Got a bit of canned food. Choose some kid-friendly choices. Canned foods are pasteurized. They, if you choose wisely, they're even palatable if you have to eat them cold. Choose something with a pop top and you'll be able to at least stave off hunger. Lots of different varieties of things that can be eaten without heat and are safe to eat. They may not be the gourmet choice you'd want to survive on, but you will survive if you need food for your family. I've got my first aid kit. Band-Aids, antibiotic kinds of things. You need that.
I see the toilet paper.
We've got a few important things as well. And I have the jug of water stored in a bucket with a lid in the bottom of this tote. And that can be for hygiene needs. It can also be for carrying extra things. It can be for collecting water, washing dishes, washing hands if you need to be able to do that for a long term. Got a small fire extinguisher in the corner that I think you can't see, but having a fire extinguisher in your kit is an important addition as well. And the last thing from the kit that I want to mention is my whistle. This is just an inexpensive plastic whistle, but this is so that you can be heard. If that house has collapsed on top of you, you don't have to shout and shout and shout until your voice is gone and you can't be heard anymore. Instead, you can make some noise and let rescuers know that you're there.
Now, you've talked about this kit, and I know we want to have time to talk about what's in this bag here.
Exactly. This is disaster supplies to take care of your family for a day or two or up to 3 days. Generally, rescue workers will be there in that amount of time. If you've lost everything, though, you have to rebuild, and this is my grab-and-go kit to help me do that. I've got it in a weatherproof container, but it's very portable and is very small in comparison to this large tote of supplies. And I've got a 3-ring binder in this weatherproof container, and in here I've got important papers. I'll just show you that we've got one copy of a bank statement, so I know what my account number is. I've even penciled in what the safe deposit box number is, because if my house is blown away, I suspect the key may disappear as well. I've got my insurance policy information, includes contact information for the insurance company, copies of prescriptions, including our glasses, if you've got that. I still have my kids' immunization records in here, and although both of them are in college, they still need to have access to those. So if you've got young children, that's something to keep on hand as well. I've also got copies in here in case of a tragic disaster, copies of our living will, copies of the durable medical power of attorney to be able to make healthcare decisions, some of those sorts of things. I've also I took everything out of my wallet, I laid it on a copier, and I copied the front and back so that I could see the account numbers of credit cards. There's usually a customer service number printed on usually the back of a credit card. Having that on hand is really important. And then I've got a few photos of things that are part of a household inventory. These happen to be my husband's books. He's got a very extensive library. However, the other thing that's worth doing, take that digital camera, and in an afternoon, in an hour, you can go through and take a photo of everything in every room, in every room of your home, every building on your property, if you've got sheds or garages. And I printed the contact sheets so that I would know what was there and what the photo number was if I needed to particularly look something up. But I've got the original digital media card in my safe deposit box, so I've got pictures of everything. And I've even, in the bottom of my kit here, I've got the flash drive that's got all that information as well. So it's ready to go. In the bottom, I've also included a phone charger for my phone. And I did bring the car variety. If my home's destroyed, I probably will have a hard time finding electricity to plug my phone into. But I may find somebody who's got a running vehicle that will let me charge my phone.
Now, this is lots of good information, and we're going to run out of time quickly. Now, if someone wants to get more information about this, I know there's some wonderful handouts that K-State has. Where can they go to for that information?
What you'll want to do is contact your local extension office and ask for a copy of the brochure called Get Financially Prepared, Take Steps Ahead of Disaster. This tells you how to create that grab-and-go kit. This stays with you, so if you have to evacuate, you take it with you, or if you have to shelter in place, you grab this and you go to the basement where you've got your other disaster supplies on hand. We've also got, as a companion piece, the information that would need to go into a basic disaster supply kit and ideas for the financial documents to add to your grab-and-go kit. So you can weather a storm, you can rebuild after a disaster if you spend a little bit of time now getting prepared.
Thank you. Wonderful information. Thank you so much, Linda. You've been watching You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. Parents, remember, you are your child's first and best teacher.
Thanks for watching You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You can watch the program weekdays in the noon and 9 o'clock hours. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Minor Family Dentistry and by the Sternberg Museum of Natural History.